Okay, welcome back. If you're watching this video, that means you've already seen my how to single crochet flat. This is going to be how to single crochet in the round. So like I said, if you watch my other video, you know how to create a slip knot and how to cast on chains. So that's all that I've done so far. So I casted on or chained 15 chains. So this is just 15. Like I said, you can do as ever many numbers as you want. I'm just doing a little sample for you so that you can see what I'm doing. So after you've created your slip knot, did your chains, now you're ready to work in the round. So in order to work in the round, what you're going to do is you're going to remember before when we went into the second loop. Now we're going to go all the way to the last loop. And we're just going to do what is called a slip knot. So in order to create a slip knot, also another big factor is to make sure that your chain is straight. You don't want it twisted. You don't want, it doing anything but being straight. If you're going for a twisted look with your item that you're making, then that's fine. But normally you want your chains to be straight. And then insert your hook into the last loop. Now, to create a slip knot, what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, let me show you that again. We had our chain in the last stitch, in the last chain, and then in the last chain, in the last chain that we chained on, and then in the very beginning chain that we have, then we're gonna yarn over and pull through both loops, and so that creates this circle. So normally when you're crocheting in the round, you are either making an infinity scarf or you're making a hat. You can make boot cuffs, you can make cup cozies. There's different things that you can make when you're crocheting in the round. It's very great to know how to crochet in the round and how to crochet flat. So now that you chain through both loops, what you're going to do is create that starter chain that I tell you in my previous video. So what you're going to do is chain 2. Okay? And then now you're going to be working in these following loops. So you see this will count as 1. So you want to go into the next one and create your single crochet. So just like in the last video, the way we do our single crochet is you stick the yarn through, yarn over, stick the hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So by this time you should know how to single crochet, and if you don't, please view my last video. I will meet you back when I get a few stitches before the first single crochet that we made. So continue around, depending on how many that you have, continue around, and then I will meet you back before we get to the beginning chain. Okay, so I'm slowly coming up to the beginning chain, and all I'm doing now is just continue to single crochet across. Hopefully these single crochets are very easy for you. Like I said, I will be making other videos showing you how to half double crochet, and treble crochet. And those are basically the basics of crocheting. And so I hope that this tutorial is great for you to pick up and learn. So now I'm at the end of my round, and let me make sure I'm at the end of my round, because remember, like I said in the other video, it's always good to count your stitches. So I count my chain 2 as a stitch. So 1, 14, and 15. So I have all of the stitches that I started with. So now I'm ready to join in the round. So what you do is at the top of your chain 2, right? So you did 1 and 2. So at this very top of your chain 2, you're going to insert your hook. So it may be kind of hard, so you just go through the first loop, and then you go through the next loop. So it should look like that. And this is the top of your chain 2. And all you're going to do is create that slip knot, that slip stitch. So what you do is you yarn over, pull through that loop that you just put on your hook, try this again. Alright, pull through that loop and then pull through the next loop. So that should close your round. And then what do? You chain 2, and then you create your single crochets around. So I'm just going around single crocheting until I get to my chain 2. Now you can always put a stitch marker, that one that opens and closes, right here if you want to. So there's different stitch markers that you can get. You can always just put a stitch marker just so that you know that, okay, this is my last stitch. I like to use these that opens, and where my chain 2, I know this is my chain 2 right here, I'll just put the slip marker around it. So every time I come to this chain, I know that I went around, I went successfully around. So let me work my way back to the chain 2s so you can see what I'm talking about. So I know that I'm back around, because here comes my, I know that I'm back around because here comes my stitch marker. So now what we do is we take the top of the chain 2, yarn over, pull through again, and then you'll just chain 2 and work your single crochets around again. And that is how you chain, or that's how you single crochet in the round. And so here's our single crochets in the round, and here's single crochets flat. So like I said in the previous video, whenever you're finished, you're going to cut your yarn, give yourself enough tail so that you can weave in your ends. And in order to weave in your ends, you're going to want this yarn needle, yarn or thread needle is what they call, the one that has this eye. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your tail and you're going to weave it through this eye right here and pull through. So now what you're going to want to do is start weaving it in, and there's not a particular science on how to weave it in. You just want to create enough knots so that whenever you cut the yarn, it doesn't show, nor does the fabric or the item that you're making comes out. So I like to go in 3 or 4 times, just in and out, going at different directions. It's really not a particular method to it. It's just however you feel is securing this tail. So I'll just say, you know what, I feel like this is secure. So what I would do is, after I weaved it in, I would take this and I will cut the yarn. And then you can't even tell that there was yarn coming from this side. And then you would take the darting needle and you would do the same on the other end. And then you would have your finished item. So to see how I did single crochet, just in case you haven't seen my other video, to see how I did the single crochet in the flat, please check out the description box below. That will give you the details on where to find this video. But thank you all for watching how to do the single crochet in the round. I hope this was very, very helpful for you. I hope you feel more confident in crocheting, at least single crocheting so far. Like I said, I will be making more videos on how to double crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, and how to successfully make an item. Please leave a comment below on any suggestions you may have, what type of videos you may want to see for tutorials. Also, I will be producing knitting tutorials as well. So if you're more of a knitter, be on the lookout for that. And if you're more of a crocheter too, just let me know. Let me know, are you a knitter or are you a crocheter? Like, what brings you to this video? So if there's nothing else, that is all. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye you guys.